Let's run down daily fantasy, and so for those who might be playing, like Sal, may dip his toe into these DFS waters for the first time ever this weekend. We're going to try to help him out. I know you have compiled an ultimate lineup for Week 17. Before we get to that, and okay. Well, let's just go right through it then, I guess. We'll go right to the top here. As far as your quarterback, you go with Matthew Stafford. You could have gone with a number of quarterbacks. Why Stafford?
Yeah, I really wanted to get Aaron Rodgers in my lineup this week. Couldn't quite make it happen, just with him being a little bit more expensive, of course, than Matthew Stafford. But I do like Stafford. Rodgers had a huge game against Detroit when they met back in Week 3, especially a huge first half. Detroit able to crawl back into that game in the second half, and Stafford was a big reason for that. I mean, you do want to take it with a little bit of a grain of salt, just because they did trail by so much in the first half that obviously they did have to resort to throwing the ball quite a bit more in the second half. But against the Packers in Week 3, nearly 400 yards for Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdowns, did throw a pick. But even with the finger injury, I'm not too concerned that the Lions will be limiting Matthew Stafford whatsoever through the air. Obviously, this is a huge game for both sides, and I think I see kind of Aaron Rodgers and Matthew Stafford both airing the ball out quite a bit. And basically how it shook down was, Stafford's quite a bit cheaper, so I ended up going there so I could pay up at other positions.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I went with Rodgers in my own ultimate lineup, and I decided to handcuff him with Montgomery and with Nelson, trying to get as many yards and points as possible with the Packers there against the Lions.